Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. Today, we will talk about how to bulk up the best foods, whole milk and all milk. Milk is one of the most famous bulking foods of all time. The main reasons that milk is so great for building muscle is that it's an easy source of calories and protein. It's not very filling and it passes out of our stomachs fairly quickly. If you added a liter of milk into your diet, you could expect to gain about a pound per week on the scale. You'd also be getting more protein than you'd get from a standard scoop of protein powder. Not bad. The benefits of milk go beyond it being a good source of calories and protein, though. It contains a number of properties that help with building muscle. It's rich in zinc, selenium, and magnesium. It has a balanced amino acid profile. It's often fortified with vitamin D. It's rich in calcium, which improves bone density. It's full of casein protein, which digests quite steadily. Milk is also mysteriously anabolic, with researchers noting accelerated rates of muscle growth from milk study, and yet having no idea which property of milk is creating that extra muscle growth study. Olive oil and other oils. When we realized how rich a source of calories oil was, we started taking shots of olive oil before going to bed, which was a simple way of getting into the calorie surplus that we needed to bulk up. It was healthy too. Olive oil has a number of health benefits, largely stemming from its high antioxidant content study. However, taking shots of olive oil was also a rough time, and I'd rather not do it again. These days, I much prefer drizzling olive oil on my veggies or mixing a tablespoon of it into my stews and soups. Speaking of which, fish and krill oil have some unique bulking benefits too. There's some preliminary research showing that up to a tablespoon of fish oil per day can help us build muscle more leanly. As a rule of thumb, the trick is to choose minimally processed oils that are higher in monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't ever consume any saturated oils such as coconut oil or butter. However, since those are best consumed in moderation, they may not make the best bulking oils. Now, that doesn't mean that saturated fat is bad. It's just that most health organizations recommend limiting saturated fat to around 10% of our total calories, and many common bulking foods, such as ground meat, as well as other oils, such as olive oil, already contain some saturated fat. That will often bring us quite close to that 10% threshold without our needing to intentionally consume any extra. Going much beyond that may increase our risk of gaining visceral fat study. Nuts and nut butters. Nuts have incredibly high energy density, making them a great source of calories while bulking up. They're one of the healthiest sources of fats. They often contain some fiber, and the minerals found in nuts, such as magnesium, tend to be great for testosterone production and muscle growth. As a bonus, you'll usually get a few grams of protein. Regarding peanuts, yes, they're technically a legume, but they're still a great source of calories, fat, protein, and minerals. Some nuts are hyped up for having particular muscle-building benefits. For example, almonds are often said to be the most nutrient-rich food of all time. For another example, Tim Ferriss claims that eating Brazil nuts triple his testosterone production. These claims may even be true, but most whole foods have a laundry list of comparable benefits. That's simply because real food tends to be good for us, and the best bulking diets tend to be made up of a wide variety of those real foods. As a rule of thumb, try to eat a wide variety of nuts. Mixed nuts will give you a greater variety of nutrients, and their varied flavors will help to prevent flavor fatigue, where you get sick of the foods that you're overeating. Dried fruits. Dried fruits are a fraction the size of regular fruits, yet they have just as many vitamins, minerals, and fiber. In fact, if you compare dried fruit against fresh fruit by weight, dried fruit contains about 3.5 times the amount of fiber, vitamins, and minerals as fresh fruit. In honor of the caloric density of dried fruits, I'm going to intentionally keep this section short, sweet, and incredibly muscular. Trail mix. Trail mix is my favorite bulking food. It combines the many benefits of mixed nuts with the benefits of dried fruits, creating an absolute muscle-building masterpiece. In fact, during my latest bulk, the only thing I changed about my diet was adding a 450-calorie snack of trail mix between lunch and dinner. Then, when that stopped being enough, I added in a second 450-calorie snack of trail mix between breakfast and lunch. That simple approach to bulking allowed me to gain 13 pounds over the course of 4 months, bringing my lifetime gains from plus 55 pounds up to plus 65 pounds. Now, mind you, over these past several years, I've made a number of gradual improvements to my diet. The trail mix was being added in on top of a diet that's already pretty good for maintaining a muscular physique. Still, it was my easiest and most enjoyable bulk yet. Muesli cereal, trail mix plus milk. Muesli, like trail mix, is a blend of several bulking foods. It's usually made by mixing together oats, grains, nuts, dried fruits. People will then usually pour in some milk or yogurt and eat it like cereal. Foods like chocolate, prunes, beets, and spinach, you'll be able to improve your workout performance and muscle growth simply from eating a diet that's known to be generally healthy. Protein shakes. Protein shakes are the easiest way for a guy with a small stomach to boost his protein intake. If you're having a meal that's low in protein, have a protein shake. Before heading home after a hard workout, have a protein shake. If you realize at the last minute that you haven't eaten enough protein that day, have a protein shake. Simple. Bananas. Bananas are one of the most calorically dense fruits and are also a great source of prebiotics, which is important for keeping your digestive system running smoothly. Blend them into your breakfast smoothies. Have them as a pre-workout snack. Add banana slices to your muesli cereal. Eat peanut and banana sandwiches. White rice. White rice is the cheapest bulking food. A cup of cooked white rice contains roughly 200 calories. Better still, those calories come from starch, which will be quickly broken down into glucose. That glucose is great fuel for your muscles and also extremely unlikely to be stored as body fat. Brown rice is usually marketed as being healthier because of its higher fiber content, but white rice is cheaper and easier to digest while being just as effective for building muscle. However, if you need more fiber or protein in your diet, brown rice might be the better choice. Oats. Oats are similar to white rice in that they'll break down into glucose, which is great. However, oats are more filling and more nutritious, meaning that they're often used quite differently. Oats are rich in several vitamins and minerals, but their main selling point is that they're rich in the fiber beta-glucan, which is absolutely fantastic for our heart health. Bulking can come along with the risk of gaining body fat, and bulking diets often involve eating more cholesterol and saturated fats. Oats are a popular way of balancing that out. Ground oats are also popular in workout shakes, and they can indeed be effective for that. However, we usually recommend maltodextrin instead, given that oats can be a little bit hard to digest, sometimes causing bloating or discomfort while people are lifting. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching my video.